Hi designers, you're welcome back. So today I'm going to be sharing with you how to draft, cut and sew this stylish blouse with a front slit and a front zipper. And I'm also going to be sharing with you the easiest way to achieve an inseam finishing when making a blouse like this. So if this looks like what you're interested in, please keep on watching. And if this is your first time on this channel, don't forget to subscribe if you are yet to. And also don't forget to like, share and drop a comment. So I'm going to be drafting the front of the blouse first, and the first thing I'll go ahead to do is to draw the top line, which is going to be serving as the shoulder line. Next, I'll go ahead to mark my zipper allowance on the front because the blouse I'm making have a zipper on the front. So I'll be going in by 1.5 inch and I'll mark like you see me doing in the video, after which I'll connect the point together. So if you don't want yours to have a zipper at the front, you can simply go ahead to skip this part and add your zipper allowance when drafting the back. After marking the zipper allowance, the next thing I'll go ahead to do is to insert my vertical measurement. So I'll place my tape rule on the top line. I'll go ahead to insert my shoulder to bust point, which is 10.5 inch. Then I'll mark my shoulder to waist, which is 17 inch. Then shoulder to the full blouse length, which is 28 inch. After marking this point, I'll go ahead to draw straight horizontal lines with my ruler like you see me doing in the video. Next, I'll mark half of my shoulder measurement on the top line, which is 7 inch. After marking that, I'll come down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope and mark. Then I'll insert the armhole depth, which is 8 inch. After doing this, I'll go ahead to draw the armhole line with my ruler like you see me doing in the video. After which, I'll also mark the chest line like this. Next, I'll be inserting my body circumference measurement. Note that all measurements will be starting from this line you see me touching at this point. So on the chest line, I'll go ahead to insert my bust measurement divided by 4, which is 9 inch. I'll go ahead to mark that on the chest line and I'll mark 1.5 inch extra for sewing allowance. On the waist, I'll insert my waist measurement divided by 4, which is 8 inch. I'll mark that. After marking that, I'll mark 1 inch for that and 1.5 inch for the sewing allowance. Next, I'll move over to the blouse length line, and on this line, I'll insert my hip measurement divided by 4. I'm going to go ahead to mark that. Then I'll add 1.5 inch extra for the sewing allowance and 1.5 inch extra for the ease because the hip is very free. Once I'm done doing this, I'll go ahead to connect the chest line to the waist with a straight line and the waist to the blouse length with the curved part of my ruler like this. After connecting the side, next I'll go ahead to insert the dart. And to do that, I'm going to be inserting half of my bust span measurement, which is 3.75 inch. So I'll mark that on the bust point, on the waistline, and also on the blouse length line. After marking, I'll connect the point together with my ruler. So after connecting the point, I'm going to be taking out the waist dart. So I added 1 inch extra on the waist while taking my measurement. So I'll go ahead to mark 0.5 inch on both sides of the nipple to nipple line on the waistline like this. After marking that, on the bust point line, I'll be coming down by 1 inch and mark. Then I'll go ahead to connect that 1 inch point to the waistline with my ruler like you see me doing in the video. And once I'm done doing this, I'll move over to the blouse length and I'll go up from the blouse length by 3 inch and mark. Then I'll go ahead to connect the waistline to that point to draw the dart for the lower part of the blouse. So this is what the waist dart is going to look like. Next, I'm going to go ahead to take out the bust dart, and the bust dart is the difference between your shoulder to waist for the front and that of the back. So for me, I'm working with 1.5 inch. So I came down by 1.5 inch from the bust point and mark. After marking, I'll connect it to the nipple to nipple line. But before I go ahead to connect it, I'm going to be coming out from the nipple to nipple line by 1 inch and mark. This is to avoid having any sharp edge at that point. So I'll go ahead to mark that 1 inch like this. After marking, I'll connect the 1.5 inch to the 1 inch I just marked with a straight line like you see me doing in the video. So this is what the bust that is going to look like. So once I'm done doing this, I'll move over to the hem of the blouse for the opening on the hem of the blouse. And to get that opening, I'll be going in by 2 inch from the center front and mark. Then from the waistline, I'll come down by 3 inch and mark. So this depends on how open and how low you want the slits to be. After marking this, I'll go ahead to connect that 3 inch point to the 2 inch I went in by on the hem using a straight line like this. So you can use a curve if you want, and you can go ahead to connect it using a straight line like this also. Next, I'll move over to the side of the blouse and I'll go up by 3 inch on the side of the blouse and mark. After marking that, I'll connect that to the hem of the blouse with the curved part of my ruler like you see me doing in the video. So after connecting it, this is what the hem of the blouse is going to look like. So once I'm done doing this, the next I'll go ahead to do now is to go over to the armhole to insert the armhole of the blouse, and to do that I'll divide my armhole depth line into two, then I'll come in by 0.5 inch and mark, after which I'll go ahead to draw the armhole for the front with my ruler like you see me doing in the video. So next I'm going to go ahead to insert the neck width and neck depth. For the neck width, I marked a neck width of 3.5 inch and a neck depth of 3.5 inch also. After doing that, I went ahead to draw a simple round neck with my ruler like this, after which I inserted the shoulder slope for the blouse I'm making. So once I'm done doing this, from the neck depth, I came down by 3 inch again. So this depends on how wide you want it to be. So for me, I came down by 4 inch and I went in by 0.5 inch. After doing that, I connect that 0.5 inch to the 4 inch I came down by with my ruler like this. So this is for the opening on the front of the blouse. So this part here is going to be the zipper allowance for the blouse I'm making. Basically, this is what the front block of the blouse is going to look like. The next I'm going to go ahead to do now is to cut. So before you go ahead to cut out the side, make sure you close up the bust darts before cutting out the side of the blouse. So after cutting, this is what the front block is going to look like. So don't forget to close up the bust dart before cutting the side. Next, I'm going to go ahead to grab the back block of the blouse I'm making. So the back of the blouse is going to be a simple basic bodice with a waist dart. So I already added my zip allowance on the front, so there will be no zip allowance for the back. But if you do not add to the front, go ahead to mark zip allowance for the back. The first thing I'll go ahead to do on the back is to mark the shoulder to waist for the back, after which I will insert the full length of the blouse. Note that the shoulder to waist for the front and that of the back is not the same, so make sure you take that of your clients before you insert the measurement. So once I'm done drawing the horizontal line on the back, the next thing I'll go ahead to quickly do is to insert my shoulder measurement divided by 2 and mark. After marking that, I'll come down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope, after which I'll insert the armhole depth line. Then I'll go ahead to draw the armhole depth with my ruler like you see me doing in the video. Next, I'll go ahead to insert my body circumference measurement. On the chest line, I'll insert my bust measurement divided by 4 plus 1.5 inch seam allowance. On the waistline, I'll insert my waist divided by 4 plus 1.5 inch and 1 inch for that. And on the blouse length, I'll insert the hip measurement divided by 4 plus 1.5 inch for ease and 1.5 inch for the sewing allowance like I did for the front. After doing that, I'll connect the sides together with my ruler like this, after which I'll go ahead to draw the armhole for the back. Next, I'll go ahead to draw the neckline. So for the neckline, I'll mark a neck width of 3.5 inch and a neck depth of 1.5 inch. The back neckline is going to be a wide neckline, but you can insert whatever neckline you want on the back of the blouse. After that, I'll go ahead to draw the shoulder slope. Once I'm done doing this, the next thing I'll go ahead to do now is to insert the darts for the back. And to do that, I'll mark half of my bust span measurement on the chest line, on the waistline, and also on the blouse length line. After which, I'll connect the points together with a straight line. Once I'm done connecting the point together with a straight line, I'm going to go ahead to take out the waist dart. So on the waist, I'll mark a dart of 0.5 inch on both sides of my nipple to nipple line on the waist. After which, I'll go ahead to connect it to the chest line. So on the lower part of the dart, I'll be coming up by 3 inch from my blouse line like I did for the front. Then I'll draw the dart leg for the lower part of the dart like you see me doing in the video. So once I'm done doing this, I'll move over to the side. On the side, I'll be coming up by 3 inch like I did for the front, so that after making the dress, the front and back aligns. After marking that, I'll connect it to the hem of the blouse with the curved part of my ruler like this, and we are done with the drafting of the back. The next thing I'm going to go ahead to do now is to cut it out. So after cutting, this is what the back is going to look like. So when you place the front on the back, make sure that the sides are aligning after closing the bust dart on the front. Make sure it aligns as you can see on the screen. The next thing I'm going to go ahead to do now is cut out my fabric using this pattern, and I'll come back to show you what to do next. So here I've gone ahead to cut out my fabric using the pattern, and I cut out both my lining and my main fabric. So while cutting, I marked a seam allowance of 0.5 inch on the part you see me touching. And I've also gone ahead to trace out the dart on the back part of the blouse. So here I have the front, and on the front I also marked 0.5 inch sewing allowance on the parts you see me touching. And I'm going to be showing you how to trace out your dart on your fabric. So to trace out the dart, the first thing to do is to place of a pin on the apex of the dart like you see me doing in the video. After doing that, I'm going to turn my fabric over to the wrong part. And I'm going to go ahead to draw a straight line starting from the first pin all the way down to the lower pin. After doing that, I'll repeat the same thing on the other lining and also on my main fabric. So after drawing the straight line, the next I'll go ahead to do is to place the pins on this waistline again. So I'm going to go ahead to place it on this part of the waistline, and I'll do the same thing on the other part like this. That is the dart on the waistline. After that, I'll turn it over like this. Then I'll connect the waist to the bust point with my ruler like this, and I'll do the same thing on the lower part. After doing this, I'll repeat the same thing on the other side also, and I'll go ahead to do the same thing on my main fabric and also on the other side of my lining piece. So this is what the waist dart is going to look like after tracing. The next thing I'll go ahead to do now is to trace out the bust dart. And to do that, first I'm going to go ahead to insert a pin at the apex of the dart like you see me doing in the video. So after inserting the pin at the apex of the dart, the next thing I'm going to go ahead to do now is to notch the end of the dart. So I'm going to go ahead to use my scissors to create notch at this point as you can see me doing in the video. So once I'm done notching this part, the next I'm going to go ahead to do now is to turn my pattern to the other side like this. Then I'll go ahead to connect the part with the pin to the 2 point I just notched as you can see me doing in the video. So I'll go ahead to connect this part first, after which I'll repeat the same thing on the other side. So after tracing the dart, this is what I have once I was done tracing my dart on the waist and also on the bust. So here I have my main fabric and also the lining piece. The next I'm going to go ahead to do now is to start stitching the piece together. So first I'm going to go ahead to go over to my sewing machine to close up the dart. So I'm going to go ahead to fold the dart this way and I will stitch. After stitching, I will do the same thing on the waist dart also and also on the lining piece and the back piece of the blouse. So I'm going to go back to my sewing machine to sew in the dart, after which I'll come back to show you what to do next. So here I'm going ahead to sew in my dart, and this is what it looks like after sewing in both the bust dart and the waist dart. This is what I have, and I did the same thing on the other side and also on my lining piece. Next I'm going to go ahead to do now is to insert my zipper to the front of the blouse. So I'm going to go over to my sewing machine to fix the zip, then I'll come back to show you what next. So here I'm going ahead to fix the zipper to the front, and this is what it looks like after fixing the zipper to the front of the blouse. Next thing I'm going to be doing is to attach the lining piece to the front, and here I have my lining, and I've also sewn in the dart on the bust and also the waist. So before attaching my lining piece to my main fabric, I'm going to be reducing the lining by 0.5 inch. That's because I don't want my lining and my main fabric to be the same length, so the lining doesn't show after attaching it to the front block of the blouse. So after reducing the length of the lining by 0.5 inch, I'm going to be attaching it to my main fabric. And to attach it, I will separate the zipper like this. Then I'm going to go ahead to place my lining piece on the front like this, making sure the good fit of the lining is fitting the good fit of my fabric. After which I'll go back to my sewing machine to close up the neckline and also this opening I have at this point. After doing that, I'll close up the zipper allowance also, and I'll also go ahead to close up the opening and the hem of the blouse. So first I'll go ahead to close up the neckline and the hem of the blouse. After closing up the neckline and the hem of the blouse, I'll close up this zipper allowance so that the seam allowance is going to be on the inner part of the lining and you have a neat finishing on the outer part. After doing that, I'm going to go ahead to also join the back block together. So I'll go ahead to place my lining piece on the back block like this. Then I'll go over to my sewing machine to close up the neckline and also the hem of the blouse, but the side is going to be left open. And I'll also be reducing the length of the lining of the back like I did for the front. So after fixing the zipper to the front, this is what it looks like once I was done fixing the zipper. And this is what the inner part of the blouse look like. As you can see, it's looking so neat. So here I have the back. I also did the same thing for the back, and this is what the back look like. The next thing I'm going to be doing now is to join the front and the back together. And to do that, I'm going to go ahead to place the back on the front, making sure the good face are facing each other. Then I'll go ahead to join the shoulder area like this. So I'll open up the shoulder, making sure that the ankara is meeting with the ankara and the lining part is meeting with the lining. I'm going to go ahead to close up the shoulder area. Once I'm done closing the shoulder area, I'll do the same thing for the side also. Place the ankara together and the lining part together. Then you go ahead to stitch from one part to the other. So I'm going to go back to my sewing machine to do this, and I'm going to be sewing the 1.5 inch allowance I added while drafting. So I'll go ahead to quickly do this, after which I'll repeat the same thing on the other side, then I'll give it a good press, after which I'll come back to show you what it looks like. So after joining the front and the back together, this is what the blouse looked like, and this is what the inner part of the blouse looked like. As you can see, it's looking so neat. So all the seams are inside the blouse. This is how to achieve an inseam finishing for a blouse like this. This is what you should have once you are done joining the front and the back together. The next thing I'm going to be doing now is to attach my sleeve to it. So here I have a basic sleeve. I'm going to go ahead to be attaching the sleeve to the blouse, then I'll come back to show you the final look of the blouse. So here we have the final look of the blouse, looking so beautiful and very nice. As you can see, the style came out really nice. You can go ahead to try yours and let me know about the outcome in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in my other tutorials.